Hey guys, how's it going? So as you can tell, I'm not here right now, so we are going to take notes via this video. So what I want you to do is you are going to pick up where you left off, where we talked about trapezoids on Thursday. We're going to add a little bit more to those notes, and then I will let you get started on your homework. So as I'm going over these, I want you to write down the notes. Make sure you're writing down everything I write down. Make sure you're drawing the pictures. The sub, feel free to pause the video if kids need more time to get some problems done. But yeah, overall, follow along with me. So this first one says to find the area of the trapezoid. Remember, when we are finding areas of trapezoids, we always use the same formula, which is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2. That's times h. So in this first example, our base 1 is going to be 11. You could also use 8. And then base 2 we'll say is 8. And then our height is 9. So order of operations tells us we do what is inside the parentheses first. 11 plus 8 is 19 times 9. So you need to figure out what 19 times 9 is, or you could do 1/2 times 19 first, whatever you like to do better. I'm going to do 19 times 9 first. So over here, 19 and 9, that's 81. And that's 171. So I have my area is equal to 1/2 times 171. So two ways I can think about it. I can split 171 in half. I know that would be 85.5, I believe. Let's see, 80 would be 160, and 170 would be 85. Yeah. So my answer is going to be 85.5 and then centimeters squared. Remember, whenever we are doing area, our answer always has to be squared, so make sure you get in the habit of putting that squared on your answer. So I'll give you guys a minute to copy that one down and then move on to the next one. Pause it if you need to. So our next one here says to find the area of the trapezoid. I'm going to use the same equation. Same equation again. Area is equal to 1/2 base 1 plus base 2. That's times h. Area is 1/2 base 1. Let's call it 4. Base 2, we'll call that 8. Height, we'll say that's 13. So my area is equal to 1/2 of 12 times 13. So my area, 1/2 of 12 is 6 times 13, and then 13 times 6 is 18, 1, 78. So my area is 78 feet squared. So in your notebook, you should have these 5 steps that I have. So you start with your formula, you plug numbers in, you simplify, and you simplify more, and then finally you arrive at your final answer. All right, I want you to try this one on your own. So instead of drawing out the picture, now I've just given you what base 1, base 2, and height is. So go ahead, pause the video, take about 3 or 4 minutes to find an answer, and then we will go over all of it at the end. So my formula is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times h. So that's 1/2 19 plus 21 times h. So that's 1/2 19 plus 21 is 40 times, I don't know why I didn't plug in for h. H is 15. So 1/2 of 40 is 20. So I have 20 times 15, and I believe that is going to be 300. And then since I didn't give you a unit, you just put units and you square it because we're talking about area. So hopefully all of you guys have arrived at that same answer. All right, find the area of the trapezoid. This time we have decimals. So go ahead, pause it, give 3 or 4 minutes again, and we'll go through this one at the end. Make sure you're writing down all the problem and you're drawing a picture if you need to. And you have at least 4 lines of work. So on your test, that's what I expect. So our formula is area 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times h. Base 1 is 0.5. Base 2 is 0.75. Height is 1.5. My area is 1/2. 0.5 plus 0.75 is 1.25 times 1.5. So half of 125, think about it in terms of dollars and cents. So 1/2 of $1.25, if you get change back, that is going to be, what is the question? I believe it is 62 2.5, but let me check real quick in my calculator because I don't want to give you guys the wrong answer. Let's see here. 1.25 divided by 2. Actually, it's right answer, wrong decimal spot. It's not 62.5, it is 0.625 times 1.5. Now we need to do that multiplication, so, oops, 0.625 times 1.5. Remember, we do not line these up. We move them as far to the right as possible. That's 30, so 31, 0, 5, 2, 6. Add them all up, you get 5, 7, 3, 9, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 spots behind. So our answer is going to be 0.9375 units squared. And I'll hide that one since that one's kind of hard to see. And then I'm going to actually give you guys a new one. So I want you to find, get back to my pens here. I want you to find the area of this trapezoid, but it has a rectangle on the inside of it. So here are its dimensions. This base down here is going to be 9. This base is going to be 7. This one is going to be 5. And the height of my entire object is 6. And this right here is 3. Go ahead, take a minute, 4 or 5 minutes, and I want you to solve. We want the area of this blue region out here. That's what we're looking for. So our formula here is going to be to take the big shape, which is the trapezoid, and subtract the area of a rectangle. So I have 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times h minus a rectangle, which is just base times height. So now I plug in what I know. Base 1 is 9, base 2 is 7, my height is 6, minus 5 and 3. So I have 1/2 16 times 6 minus 5 times 2, which is 15. Now I'm going to draw an arrow over here. 1/2 of 16 is 8 times 6 minus 15. 8 times 6 is 48 minus 15. That is going to give you, let's see, 33 units squared as your final answer. All right, so we have gone through 5 of these now. So hopefully you guys wrote these down. If you had any questions, hopefully I helped you figure those ones out. You are now going to do your homework, which is going to be in your RAPJ. It is 4.3. So make sure you rip that out. That is going to be due tomorrow. We'll be checking over it. So for the rest of the class, I want you working on that. Also be working on green sheets if those are not done. And just make sure you're working quietly and not talking too much. All right? So I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.